What's up, guys, and welcome back to SCUM. Now, we are still back over here at the city. I figure we're already over here. We might as well just kind of hit the city since that's kind of where we were going to go next anyway. But I have been fiddling with the spawn settings, and as you can see, we maybe have got it sorted out. Now, you can see there's a decent number of puppets here. There's a lot more that you can't really see. I still don't know why they're green. But you got like one there. If you look off in the distance, you can see a whole bunch more spawned way in back there. And as you can see, they're spawning in a good ways away. Now, the main thing that I changed is. Oh, let's see, I need to fiddle with this too because I turned all of this stuff off while I was testing these settings because I was riding around the city on the bicycle trying to see where things were spawning, and they were not spawning anywhere. Like, anywhere. The only place they were spawning was still back over in the little neighborhood thing, whatever, over there. And now they're not spawning over there, so I don't know what the hell is over there that was making them spawn there. But it's not now. I don't know. Anywho, the only setting that I really changed is well, let's see. I decreased these numbers because I didn't know if having everything maxed out here was conflicting with stuff. But I mean, 500 puppets is still more puppets than we can possibly manage. 100 animals on the map. You know, they're only going to spawn near us. There's never going to be 100 animals. But the other stuff is I came in and altered the spawn distances. So where's these? I set these all back to default. So the distances here, I set them to default. I set the radius multipliers back to default. I set the encounter zone activation distance back to default. That's the one that kind of seemed to do it. Because I fiddled with all these other ones and it didn't really do anything. But when I changed this one and then restarted the server, that's when it seemed to fix it. So I I guess I just don't understand how that particular setting works. But anywho, I think we might have it fixed to where we're gonna have at least a relatively decent number of puppets. Because I mean, this was empty before, and actually, one thing it did, I spawned in once, and there was a bunch of puppets, kind of where that one orange one is. There were several right there, and then all of a sudden they just despawned, and I have no idea why. But anyway, it looks like we have a decent number now. So, we're going to go try and hit the city now. That's not the right button. This. That one. Now it can be a surprise. Okie dokie. Well. You know what? I should probably make a few more pointy stick arrows. I should have grabbed some more of these stone tips from the tractor, because we only have 3 of those arrows left, but that's okay. Again, I haven't noticed the stone tip ones to be super useful. You guys have said the metal tip ones are more useful, so maybe we'll try making some of those. I still wish you could deconstruct these arrows or just upgrade the arrows to where you could take the stone tip off and put a metal tip on. You know, take the wooden arrows, just the plain pointy stick arrows, and put some feathers on them, put a tip on them. I don't know why you can't, but you can't, so, Whatever. It is what it is, right? Right. Okay. Anywho, hey, I can put you down here in the jacket for now. There we go, perfect. Okay. Onward, let's go potentially die. Now, we're still looking for a car jack. That's the main thing that we're looking for is a car jack. I still would not be opposed to finding a 1911. More ammo. Always good. Or stuff to make ammo. Because we're still just running the old sawed-off lever action and a revolver. But I'm very curious as to what is over here that kept having puppets spawn over here? Because I there doesn't seem to be anything here that should make them spawn. Now, where does that go? Up yonder ways. Oh, that's just a crossroads that goes over to yonder. Alrighty then. Well, before we get down into the big city, let's see if we might be able to find anything useful in these little places here. Whoop, we're getting a little bit laggy there. Maybe that means puppets are spawning in. That'd be nice. I say that'd be nice, and then we end up dying. Also, I would... there's a wheelbarrow over here. Wonderful. That's not at all what I was hoping for. I kind of wish... I need that... Why? Don't do that. I need that pipe for the improvised scope. Now, something I would kind of like to see... Ooh, garlic seeds. Yes, we will take garlic seeds. Whoop. Something I personally would like to see, and this is just a personal preference, there's probably most people that disagree with me here, but I would almost like to see the overburdened effect increased. From the standpoint of, and that this would be not necessarily based on the weight, but based more on bulk. Okay, I've still got one of those. But, like, if you're carrying 2 long guns on your shoulders, and a pistol, and a hiking backpack, and you're wearing armor, even if it's not overweight, I feel like you should not be able to sprint with that. And that's just from a realism perspective. And again, a lot of people probably disagree with me on that one. But I'm just sitting here going, jeez, going, if I had a full length rifle and a full length shotgun or a second full length rifle slung over my back and basically an extra large rucksack, I'm curious, and body armor, and a pistol strapped to my leg, and, you know, a coat with probably a hoodie and whatnot underneath, you know, just all of this stuff. I damn sure would not be able to sprint. I'd barely be able to jog. Now, I'm not in fantastic shape, but still, just from a realism perspective, I kind of want to... I'm going to turn the thing back on real quick, just because we've had these lags. I want to see... It actually kind of looks like we've lost some, maybe. Well, no, we haven't. There's still plenty of them. Good. I still don't know why they turned green now instead of orange. They were orange before, and they were more vibrant than this. But anywho, there we go. You can kind of see them there. There's a bunch of them. Okay. And I'm deliberately not looking towards the buildings that we're close to on our left and behind us here, because if there's some in there, I would like to be surprised. Anywho, I just wanted to see if they were still staying, if we were getting more, etc. But anywho. Ramble. You guys don't mind the rambling. In fact, according to you guys, that's why most of you watch my channel. You enjoy the rambling. Which, here's the thing. For me, with the rambling, that's kind of a personal preference of mine as well. I don't like watching gameplay videos that don't... What the hell? Why? It... Oh, interesting. I did not hit my scroll wheel to move faster, and he started moving faster. Okay, then. Game's doing some funny stuff. I hope it's not messing up my audio. Anywho. But yeah, I don't like watching gameplay videos that don't have commentary. Not unless the whole point... Not unless it's like a very story... I'm not going to bother picking that up. We have 2 yellow screwdrivers. Oh, good, more. And you guys have said that you're fine with me just... Since we keep finding screwdrivers, just spawning in yellow screwdrivers. Because, again, for those of you that are new to the channel, or the series, or whatever... The screwdrivers really should not break. You know, for lock picking, you're not exerting enough force on the screwdriver that it should ever break. I mean, screwdrivers are designed specifically to take torque. So they really shouldn't be breaking just trying to turn a lock. You know? Yeah, I guess we'll take them. I should go back and take the box. Thing is, I don't want to just load up on a whole bunch of random stuff like that. Because we need the car jack. You know, so I need to keep room for the car. Oh, hey, now, wait a second. You fix that. There's some other stuff. Let's see, I can't use you for that. What else was it? There was something else I needed. I can't use it on you. I can't use it on you either. Crap. Okay, well, I guess that's all I needed it for then. At least at the moment. What do we need for the improvised scope? Not that we're even carrying the improvised rifle anymore, but what do we need for it anyway? Improvise it. Oh, wait a minute. We need, where are the rifles? Scrap. Okay, well, hey, we got workbenches in here. Let's go find a piece of scrap. And we will make an improvised rifle rail. You, there we go. What do we need for you? Duct tape. Okay. Poo. Didn't bring any duct tape with us, and I don't remember finding any, and I think those are back in the tractor. Well, poo. Alrighty then. Fair enough. Unless we can find some. Why is everything all... I don't know. I'm hoping that my computer's not having issues. It would not surprise me if it is, though. But anywho, as I was saying about the screwdrivers, I personally think, and you guys seem to agree, that in single player, particularly, there should be an option for, like, indestructible screwdrivers. Because it's single player. It's not like you're taking the screwdrivers away from anybody else or causing anybody else problems. You can't raid other people's bases in single player. So it's like... What in the... Good... God, I hate that camo pattern. Holy crap. But it's like, why... I only needed one, but that's okay. Why do the screwdrivers break in single player? Okay, there's still no puppets in here. And again, this is where all of the puppets were spawning before for whatever reason. And I still don't know why. If you guys have any idea why the puppets were spawning over here, let me know. you can only be charged up to 50%, so I don't care about you then. We have a couple extra things of batteries, I think. Not that we really use batteries very much. I mean, ooh, full box of nails. Well, there, thank you. Grumble, 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 argue with inanimate objects, grumble some more. That's a lot of what this channel is. Arguing with inanimate objects. Ooh, there we go. Lead plates. We have a metal saw. In a tractor. Don't need wire cutters. And I don't need to keep taking stuff out of the thing. You know, that doesn't boost your awareness anymore, apparently. And even if it does, it doesn't matter because we have a maxed out character. Ooh, thick nylon line. Yes, please. More nails. Fantastic. Ooh, we're starting to fill up the backpack here. So I wanted to ask you guys. I want your opinion on something. Now, I've said that for this series, we're not using the traders. However, if we don't use the traders, then that means we can't get, like, the saddlebags for the bikes. You know, so for the bicycle or for the cruiser, we can't get the saddlebags. As such, would you guys be okay with either me just spawning in these saddlebags, or we can use the trader for that, you know, so I can go buy, like, I can buy stuff from the traders that we can't find or craft. You can't go on the shotgun, can you? Just out of curiosity. No, I didn't think so. Because you can't, as far as I know, find these saddlebags. I thought at one point you could, but apparently not, unless they've changed it. What is this? A house. I don't really care too much about the house. Pantaloons. Do we have a sleeveless shirt? No, we do not. We do now. It's one extra slot. I'll take it. Now, the thing with the jeans is, well, one, they don't have... I guess they have the same amount of storage as the firefighter pants, right? Yeah, they got 6. But the jeans in SCUM... Oh, hey, those are actually not skinny jeans. Well, that's nice. Okay, I might actually take those then. Yeah, I might actually take those. The jeans give you 3. Firefighter pants give you 4. Okay, I think we might switch to those. The problem I have with the jeans in SCUM is most of them are skinny jeans. And they just don't look good on the male characters. You know, I don't know if they look any better on the female characters. I've never made a female character before, but I would assume they look better on the female character. But they just don't look good on the male character. But these are actual, like, proper comfy looking jeans. Jumper cables. You know, I think we're going to need those at some point for making a battery charger, are we not? Pretty sure we are. I really wish that you could craft something like the saddlebags. You know, craft the saddlebags. Realistically, you ought to be able to craft, like, the armor for the vehicles. You ought to be able to craft a lot more than we can. But, whatever. It is what it is. really hoping to find a carjack. You guys have told me to check the vehicles for carjacks. I have yet to find one. I'm not going to bother carrying around the scrap. We don't need it. Oh, these jeans feel so much more comfortable, or look like they would feel more comfortable. Yeah, look at that. They actually go with my boots fairly well, too, huh? Anywho, onward. Let's see if we can actually find some puppets this time. We ought to, going by what we saw before. Now, I have no idea where the hell anything is in the city. I generally avoid the city, so I don't know where stuff is. So I'm just going to be wandering around, and we're probably the city is probably going to be multiple videos, just because I don't know where anything is. And there's a good possibility that we may be making just a stash somewhere. So make a chest. What do we need for making? Just the small wooden chest. That's all I need, really. That's a base building, isn't it? Wooden chest. What do I need for you? Bolts or nails. Perfect. And this stuff I can make. Can I make the planks? I don't have a saw. All I've got is a knife. I'm not sure if I can make the planks with just a saw. Fine. What do I need for that one? Also planks. Damn it. And a smacker-do. Which smacker-do's not difficult. Fine, how about you? That would actually be the easiest one to make, because I do have a lead plate. Okay, well, and we could theoretically go back up and get that. I mean, shit, we could literally make that right now if we go back up there and get that thing. Let's do that, I guess. Actually, hang about. We got a construction site right over here. And there are several construction sites around here. We can probably find some planks, can't we? Maybe, possibly. I would guess we could find planks. I'm trying to see if we got any friendos. I see stacks of brick, which is not what I'm looking for, but that's okay. We might still be able to find stuff and things. No carjack. I need a carjack. That's the primary thing that I need. So the thing, if I can find a carjack, then I don't even need to make the thing. What am I talking about? My brain knows what I'm trying to say. The chest. Yes, there we go. Except my brain knows what I'm saying. My mouth just doesn't. So I'll end up saying, oh, the thing, you know, the thing. Stuff and things even, and things and stuff. And possibly other things and other stuff. I'm not going to find any wood in here, am I? It's just all going to be cement stuff. That's not helpful at all right now. Well, drat. Any wooden planks up yonder? Brick. Boxes. No, more bolts. Fantastic. Oh, hey, planks. Maybe. Really? Really? I can't use those planks? Grumble, grumble, grumble. More grumbling. I can use these pallets of bricks and all of these pallets of random stuff, but I can't use these loose planks just laying around here. There was a saw up there, too. I might as well just go back up and get all of that stuff. Screw it. Yeah, because then I can make my own planks. Make planks, make, Or I got a toolbox up here. Might as well just grab that stuff. I'm feeling slightly warm. I don't care. You'll be fine. Let's see. Where was this stuff? Sorry. Okay, there's the toolbox. Perfect. The problem is I don't think I got the saw out, did I? Or did I? Doodly doodly doodly. Whoop. That one? No, not that one. That one? No. No. I know you guys are probably yelling at me going, ooh, ooh, that's a nice fishing hat. No, it's not. No, it's not. I don't. It's more yellow than I thought. I thought it was more tan. Damn it! Where was that saw? Screwdrivers. I don't care about those. Drat. Curses. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Lots of grumbling in this episode. You guys get to hear a lot of grumbling. Well, poo, it's not in that one. Of course it's not in that one. Why would it be? Probably not up here either. It's probably back down that way. That's okay. What are those lemon seeds? I don't care too much about seeds at the moment. Saw. There's the saw. Thank you. Beautiful. Now we can make stuff and things. Hey, wait a second. No, of course, this one wouldn't have planks. Why would it have planks? I can't use the planks that are already here. No planks. Alrighty then. That's fine. I want to leave the chest somewhere obvious. You know, where I'm not going to forget about it, because you guys know me, I'll forget. I mean, realistically, we could put it just kind of in the middle of the road over here. It's single player, so it's not like anyone's going to come out and steal it. Right? Right. Okay. So, let's just do that. I don't... The problem is I don't want to use the lead plate just to make a metal chest. Because I don't need that kind of storage. Not the way that we're doing this season. I really don't need the metal chests. You know, just the wooden chests will suffice. Okay, I hope that it would not use up that. But if it'll use thread, it'll use that. Of course, there's not a whole lot on there, but... Whatever. Put that down in the middle of the road. I still want it to be middle of the road, thank you. Fill with bolts. Yeah. Okay, it'll use thread, but it won't use fishing line. Okay, then. Fair enough, I guess. Well, there we go. Let's see, what's closest? Why don't I carry the thing over there? Hey, that might be a smarter idea, huh? There we go. Ka-chow. Ka-chow. Damn it. Why can't you just drop the frickin' log? Wooden planks. Excuse me. Blankify. There we go. Did we get 5? Well, no, of course not. We only got 4. Really, we're using the saw. Doesn't that get you the best amount of planks? Whatever. We'll just store the rest of the planks in the chest, I guess. Cutting the wooden planks. There you go. We'll just do it that way. And then we got sticks and such over yonder that we can use for making rope. Beautiful. I don't need a lot of this, so I'm just going to do it over here. Rope. 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 How about you come over here, stupid? There we go. Rope. We're going to need 2 things of rope, yeah. Oh, yeah, I can make the sawed-off eagle. Thing is, I don't really care too much. You know, it's a nice version of the weapon, but of the 3 that you can get, you know, there's one for the M16. Oh, perfect. There's one for the SVD, and there's one for the sawed-off lever action. Boom. Wait, what? Those only get you 10? I thought they got you 15. Well, it's a whole bunch of poopy. Let's see. Smallify then. Grumble, 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 grumble. Grumble, grumble, grumble. But, like, the version for the M16 I think looks really cool. The one for the SVD looks really cool. The one for the shotgun, there we go. It looks nice, but it's not anything just super special or anything. So, I don't know. I'm just, it's not something that I feel like currently using a tool chest for. You know, I'm going to go and just put these in here. Because I don't need any of this stuff right now. So, ka-chow, bazinga, hiya. And I want to keep those. Okay, are we spiffy now? Put the food in there, please. Actually, no, put the food down there. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Now oh, and put you in there. Because I don't have the other stuff for you. Okie dokie. Now, also put these planks in here. Why didn't you make a bundle of planks, you stupid? It takes up less space. God, can you believe this guy? God, it's like he doesn't know what he's doing. There we go. Okay, where did I leave my bike? Okay, well, to be fair, I don't know that there's a whole lot of reason to use the bike through here. We might just be better off on foot, just because the time that it's going to take us to dismount the bike may be long enough for us to die. You know? Hey, hello, friendo. You're the first one I've seen in here. You asshole. Well. God, that was terrible, wasn't it? Holy crap. You don't have a car jack on you, do you? You don't have one, like, stuffed in your pocket or anything like that? No. Ooh, you've got some really crappy condition ammo for a gun that I would love to have. That one would definitely be something we could use. Where did you come from? Also, how much of my stuff did you damage? Surprisingly, none. Surprised you didn't destroy my earplugs. Kabiff. There we go. Give me my arrow back. So I don't know if you guys can hear my dog snoring in the background, but if you can, I apologize. Now, oh hey, there beeth a cruiser right there. It needs a wheel and a seat, and then it's usable. Ooh. Dang, it's got a battery and everything. Needs a little... it's got a little bit of fuel. Just a little bit. Okay, well, that's a pretty darn complete cruiser. Uh-huh. 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 Shut up, goat. I would definitely like the cruiser over the bicycle. I mean, the bicycle's great because it doesn't rely on fuel. But, hey, the cruiser is much faster, and it does have some internal storage. Did I check this truck yet? Yes. And it doesn't have anything. So if we can find a seat and a rear tire for that cruiser, that would be just splendiferous, wouldn't it? Metal scrap that I don't care about. This is just a grocery store. So almost certainly not going to find... I think it's a grocery store anyway. That's what it looks like from out here. Car jack. Car repair kit. You know what? I'm going to take that. It doesn't have much left on it. But my bicycle is about destroyed. Well, I mean, it's not about destroyed, but it's high. But it is fairly heavily... You... Oh... How dare you? Give me my arrows back. You know what? I don't just put those in there. Why are they going in there? Because they're not oriented correctly for this one. That's why. But see, stuff like that. That right there is why I generally don't bother using better arrows. Because I know how prone I am to missing some of these important shots. Like that. So I would rather not waste good arrows. Really? That one missed? Okay, I can see why that one missed. Oh, come on! Oh, crap, there's more of you. Oh, crap. And you're armored as well. Uh-huh. Might you have anything usable on you? You got a safety pin. There's a free lockpick, I guess. Doodly doodly lockpick. Fantastic. Can I have some of my arrows back, please? And yeah, that's a supermarket. I really don't care too much about that right now. How many arrows are just stuck in the wall over here? Lots. I'm still missing one of my crappy arrows. But that's okay. It might be... I think I see it in your shoulder there. Yep, it was. Would you look at that with your eyes? Oh, that's a pin. I thought it might be something useful. Alrighty then. Well... Yeah, I don't really need anything from in the supermarket, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to find a car jack in there. I mean, I could, I suppose, in theory, but I highly doubt it. Doubt that we'd find anything in those apartment buildings as far as a carjack, but you never know. I'm not gonna bother, I don't think, picking up more bolts and stuff right now. Just from the standpoint of I really don't need that kind of stuff at the moment. We're finding scrap metal in the garbage. That's wonderful. It's probably laced with tetanus. Ooh, a small axe. I don't think we have a small axe yet, but that could be very handy. Oodles and oodles of screwdrivers now. Which is funny because when I'm looking for screwdrivers, I'll never find them. Now, I have no idea where I'm going here. I don't know where anything is. I would like to find garages or hey, there we go. Possibly like the fire station. Oh, that's all one big thing? Well, that sucks. Possibly the fire station. Just from the standpoint of that's an office, not likely to find a carjack in there. From the standpoint of that would probably get me a carjack, maybe. I don't know, maybe not. Doodly 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 doodly. More thick fishing line. I will take it. It's not a lot, but hey, it's something. Where there you are. You kind of blend in, don't you? Come over here. Bring me my arrow back. You ducked under my arrow. How dare you? Why would you do such a thing? Now I gotta go find it. Never mind, I was probably not gonna find it. Well, oh, that's an old, busted out building. Probably not gonna find a carjack in that. Drat. These are more apartment buildings. These kind of buildings give me DayZ vibes. Ooh, a gas lantern. Man, you take up a lot of space. But we have a chest over there. But yeah, these kind of buildings give me DayZ vibes. Can you even get into these? Yeah, okay. Now, I wonder about just like holding up in a little... Oh, well, shoot. Maybe I should be checking these. Huh. Found some shotgun slugs. Well, that's handy. That's some of the most handy stuff I've found so far. Did I check this one already? I did, didn't I? Yeah, that one's got nothing. You. Still no carjack. Carjack. No. Carjack. No. Thin line. Only a single use, too, so not even worth anything. Office. You know what? We're going to check it. Just found random shotgun slugs. Never mind, there's some candy. Otherwise, nothing. Okay, I guess I could go through the door, huh? Yeah, there's a thing I could do, I suppose. You don't look like you have anything useful in you. Hi, friendo. Do you know where there's a carjack? I could really use a car jack. Can you point me in the right direction? Can I shoot you in the face from here? Hiya! Yes, I can. I can make shots like that, but then easy shots where it's like, hey, they're like right over there. They're like 15 feet away. Miss. Several misses in a row. What are these? Ramsons. Ooh, you got vitamin E and vitamin K. How we doing on stuff like that anyway? E and K were actually fine. We need D. Just need protein and such. Do you have, what kind of protein you got? Not a, well. Yeah, stomach growling, I know. Yeah, you don't have a whole lot of protein. That's okay, though. Go ahead and eat some of that. Perfect. I can't. How many of the... Okay, we're still okay on the arrows. Sorry. My brain plays music sometimes when I'm just doing stuff, and occasionally it just starts coming out of my mouth. And YouTube would be like, hey, copyright infringement. Like, really? Hello, friendo. Do you know where I might find a car jack? Nope, missed that one. Wonderful. Hiya! Do you have a car jack on you? No? Okay, and that's it for the stone-tipped arrows. Beautiful. No car jack. I'm beginning to think I'm not going to find a car jack in any of these. What the hell kind of building is this? Probably not a useful one. Maybe a useful one? There's literally nothing in here that I can do anything with. Alrighty then. Well, I guess it's not very useful. Well, that's just a whole bunch of poo, isn't it? There's nothing in here. Not a dang thing. Well, poo. Don't care. I need car jack. Jack of cars. No, not parking sensor. Car jack. You would think that most of these junk cars would still have a car jack in them. You know, every car comes with a car jack. And yet none of these cars have car jacks in them still. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, does it? Also, I feel like... Finally, we did find a car jack. Oh, I was starting to think you guys were messing with me. Ha 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 ha. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, well, that's the main thing that we came here for at the moment. So I'm going to go back. Good Lord, it's not in very good condition. Can I use the toolbox to repair that? I think it can only get repaired up to 50%, but either way, it's whatever. But yeah, can I use the toolbox to repair that? Hee 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 hee. Oh, I'm so happy. Because now we can use the tractor and not have to keep using the frickin' bicycle. So I want to go back to the tractor. Where the hell are we? I'm going to go back to the tractor and get it going. Any of these? I don't care. I have my car jack. That was my goal for today. But once we have some actual better wheels, then, hey, we can come down here and explore a little bit more. Because we'll have storage with the tractor. Hee hee ha ha ho ho. So, let's go back over here. I want to see if I can use that toolbox. Wait. Why? Where do you guys keep coming from? Thank you. I'm going to search you guys just on the off chance that you have some ammunition I could use. Because I don't have a lot. You don't have anything. You have even less than I do. Imagine that. You know, I really wish that for the armed NPCs, that they would actually have loot on them. You know, it's like you kill the armed NPCs, and that could be like a tier 5. And all they'll have in them, or on them, whatever, is like a junk condition. Yes, I can repair you. Is, you know, like a junk condition jacket. Oh, that didn't do much at all. Well, I feel like that was a waste of that toolbox, but you know what? That's okay. It's fine. Oh, like a junk condition jacket. A junk condition weapon, even though their weapons never jam. And like 1 round of ammunition, even though they have seemingly unlimited ammunition. You know, it's like you ought to be able to find more stuff on them, don't you think? Is it just me, or do you guys think we should be able to find more stuff on the NPCs? I really think we ought to be able to find more stuff. Anywho, I'm going to head back over to the tractor, and it's going to take me a few minutes, so you guys don't have to watch that. I will just see... God, it's hard to get up this hill. I will just see you guys back at the tractor. Okie dokie. Alrighty, guys, we are back here at the tractor, and we are... Drain fuel. Can I not? I have to put you in my hands. There we go. Service on the car, Jack. Do you have... You don't have an alternator, do you? Shoot. Okay, you don't have an alternator. You don't have a... You do have a battery, but no alternator, it looks like. Was there a tractor alternator elsewhere? We didn't pick one up, did we? I thought I remembered finding a tractor alternator. And I'm pretty sure you guys told me I should take it at the time, and obviously I didn't. So, you know, do you guys by any chance remember where that was? Or if I'm even remembering correctly? Axe. Because I would very much like to have an alternator on this thing. Oh, we have a usable vehicle. It doesn't have... It does have a little bit of battery. Maybe enough battery to get started. Did... I was thinking we had a gas can. Did we not have a gas can? Or Did Am I thinking of last season? Didn't we have a gas can? That was the one thing that I got out of a drop. Was a gas can that I filled with gas specifically for the tractor. Am I misremembering, or Huh. I swear that we did have a gas can. Now, I think there was another tractor like here or maybe here. Maybe I put the gas can in that one? I don't know. The problem is there's no gas in this town, and the closest gas station is, I think, that right there. If memory serves. No, that's not it. It's that. Yes, it is that right there. I don't know that we have enough gas to get there. But I guess we'll find out, won't we? In Soivis. Okie dokie. Well, you get in there. I'm fairly certain we had gas. Didn't we? I. Well, maybe not. Check. You have some gasoline. Fill fuel from container. Which container? I'm very curious. Are you going to fill it from the generator? Or are you going, because I don't want it to use like my water bottle. So let's put the water bottle away, shall we? To where it's not going to attempt to use that. Okay, hey, now. I notice stuff gets repaired a hell of a lot faster with my character's stats the way they are. Anywho. Yeah, so you got 14% fuel. This still says we can fill fuel from container, so yep, I'm just filling it from the generator. Okay. Well, it didn't get us very much, but that's okay. That might get us enough to get over yonder ways. Anywho, we have us a usable tractor now. Hot diggity dang. Would you look at that with your eyes? That might actually be enough fuel to get us over to the fuel station. I think it will be. Perfect. God, we need some doors and some armor on this thing, don't we? Because remember, this is the biggest vehicle that we can use this season. I'm not allowed to use the cars. There's not even any cars that are going to spawn. We're going to have access to the tractor, the cruiser, the planes, the boats, and the bicycles. And that's it. Those are the only vehicles that we have. So this is going to be probably the best thing that we can use, at least inventory space-wise. So, anywho, I think that's going to do it for this episode. I accomplished what I was hoping to accomplish, and I didn't die. So, fantastic. Even better. Even more gooderly than expectificated, right? Right. Okay. So, I think that is going to do it for this episode. If you guys have any tips on how I can do things better or be less stupid about things, that would be wonderful. Also, if you have any suggestions for either stuff you'd like to see for the season or just things that you would like me to do differently, let me know. And also, I guess, let me know where you think we should head next. Because I would like to go over and top this thing off with fuel. See if we can find a tractor alternator. Because I swear I remember finding one. And I know that we had a gas can. Because I found that was the one thing that I took from a cargo drop. Was a gas can. I very specifically remember that. That's the only thing that was useful. So there's got to be another tractor around there somewhere. I think maybe there that should have a gas can and an alternator, and I think maybe a hood. So I want to go that way and try and get this tractor fixed up first. Also, I guess in terms of the tractor, specifically the tractor, what I said about the traders before, um, would you guys be okay with us buying armor from the traders for stuff like this? Because the reality is, again, we ought to be able to craft that armor, but we can't. We have to buy it, which is stupid, but there's no reason at all that you shouldn't be able to slap some metal sheeting on something like this, you know? But if we're going to be using this, I would really like to have some kind of protection on it. You know? Because this thing is not even remotely bulletproof. And so if we start rolling through a town, it's noisy as hell. We're going to get shot in the face a whole lot. You know, it's slow, it's loud, it's not protected at all. So I would like to be able to put armor on it, but let me know what you guys think on something like that. Um, I hope that at some point they make it to where we can craft the armor. But anywho, um, yeah, so I would like to kind of go this way and get the tractor going. Um, but then I'll leave it up to you guys where we go. We could go, you know, back into the city and search more of that because there's a lot more to search there, obviously. Um, I would like to find parts to fix up that cruiser. Um, because I would like to have the tractor and the cruiser maybe, and then we can start kind of looking for a base location. I'm honestly I'm tempted with the little cabin up here. It wouldn't require a whole lot of base building, but we certainly could do, you know, more base building rather than just a little cabin. But it's next to the river. You know, it's nice and secluded up there in the mountains. It's just a really nice spot. So I'm kind of leaning towards that place right now for our base. And that would kind of focus us over in this kind of quarter of the map as opposed to down here where I normally am. So let me know what you guys think of that, or if there's other base locations around y'all that you guys would like to see. Um, but like I said, we could either go explore the city some more. We could, I don't know what that is, but we could go check it out and then hit the big airfield up yonder ways. My problem with some of those areas like that is a lot of the loot that we're going to find in there is not really stuff that we're going to be able to use because it falls outside of the parameters that we are allowed this time around. You know, so I like, you know, I'm not going to be able to use, you know, M16s and SCARs and M249s and all of that kind of stuff that you're likely to find in these places. You know, we're restricted to essentially World War II weapons or earlier, which we're not going to find a whole lot of in those bunkers, but we certainly might find some ammunition and stuff, and we could find those kind of guns. So anyway, I know there's also some several World War II bunkers around that airfield, so it might actually be a decent place. Oh, look, a cargo drop. It might be a decent place to check. But let me know. Like I said, I'm going to try and get this tractor fueled up and fixed up and whatnot. And then wherever you guys want us to go, that's where we'll go. So let me know in the comments. Anyway, I have rambled for like an extra 10 minutes just saying, hey, tell me what you guys want to see. Sorry. You guys, well, you're here for the rambling. That's what you guys have said. Several of you have said if I stop rambling in the videos, then you're going to stop watching the channel. So I guess you're going to get to put up with the rambling. Anywho, that will do it for this episode. And with that being said, I would like to once again thank everybody for all the support on the channel, for getting us over that hump of 1,000 subscribers. We are now at like 1010 or 1011. So we've got a nice little buffer zone that I'm not concerned about YouTube taking them away and knocking us back down. So, thank you guys so much for that. And if you guys are enjoying this series, I would greatly appreciate a like on the video. And if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, I would greatly appreciate some support there. Because I would love for the channel to keep growing and just get bigger and bigger and bigger. That's the goal, is for the channel to keep growing and the community to get bigger. And, I would love for the channel to get big enough to where we could do charity live streams in the future to raise money for things like St. Jude Children's Hospital. Um, so if if we can keep the channel growing and keep the community growing, that would be awesome. And I can't do that without you guys. So thank you again for all of the support. And with that being said, I guess I will plug the links in the description. So we've got St. Jude Children's Hospital and Wounded Warrior Project, both linked in the description. So if you'd like to support either of those charities, please go check out those links. Then we have my Discord server, as well as the Discord server for the Wolfpack multiplayer SCUM server, where I do all of my SCUM live streams. It's a nice chill PvE server with settings that are pretty similar to mine, so you're going to see, similar number of puppets, in theory anyway. Still kind of working out the kinks on all of that stuff, but point is, it's got pretty similar settings to what I've got here. So you're still going to have NPCs, but there's no mechs, no drop ships, no nothing like that. And it's a strictly PvE server, so you don't have to worry about, some jackass shooting you in the face. We have player-to-player damage currently turned off, so even if, somebody does shoot you, it's not going to kill you. It might damage your gear, but it's not going to actually hurt you. So, anyway, but it's a nice chill server, so we don't really have that, aside from just people messing with each other. But it's a great server to just chill on. It's a great server if you're new to the game and you want some help getting started. There's a lot of helpful people on there. So if that sounds like a server that's interesting to you, go check out that link. Make sure you read the server rules page. That will give you the rules and the settings for the server. And if it all sounds like a good fit for you, then contact either myself, Necros, or Cornbread on Discord. We are the server admins, and we will get you set up with the password. Currently, your best bet is probably going to be Necros. He's the one that's on the server the most at the moment. But get in touch with one of the three of us, and somebody will get you set up. Anyway. And then we have my wife's YouTube channel, where she does a variety of videos, including kind of ambient rain videos, gameplay videos, paranormal videos, where she posts informational content on various paranormal locations, as well as some evidence that we have captured on some of our investigations, because we are amateur paranormal investigators. And then we do family live streams over there, where we play games like Phasmophobia and Ghost Exile. So if any of that content sounds interesting to you, go check out my wife's channel. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.